I think this is my #1 tip for running this section of the San Diego 100-mile course. What's up, everyone? It is Sunday, May 18th. I'm out here in Cuyamaca training on the San Diego 100-mile course, doing the Noble Canyon section. So it'll be about 9 miles down, 9 miles back up. In the race, I think it's in the second half of the race. We'll be going the section that comes back this way. Super happy we got blue skies. It's sunny. It was really rainy at my house and all the way here. So it's not hot, but it's not raining, which is cool. We just got started, just got out of the car. So we got a long day ahead of us. After the out and back, we're gonna add some miles on the PCT. Hoping to do at least 25 miles today. So we'll see what happens. And if you're new here, my name's Nick. I'm training for my first 100-mile ultramarathon, and this is my journey. My goal is to be healthier in my 30s than I was in my 20s, which so far I'm on track for. But come along and stay tuned if you want to see how this run goes and how the race goes. Let's go. Beautiful. I'm already warming up, so I might have to take the swim breaker off. Yesterday I did 15.5 miles with like 3,600 feet of gain. So legs are definitely not fresh. Got about 57 miles for the week so far already. But that's part of 100-mile training. Going into long runs with some mileage on your legs to mimic that late in the race feeling. But who knows how it's going to be on race day. We'll see. Well, it was sunny at the start, but looks like we were running towards the fog. But maybe it'll burn off. Hopefully it doesn't rain. We're just over 4 miles in. So the plants are like dewy from the fog and they're overgrown on the trail. So going through those, I just got completely soaked. This jacket is not waterproof, so I'm just cold. My shorts are soaking wet. So, oh well, no rain, but still got soaked. It's a medium technical trail. There's rocks, but it's not too crazy, I don't think, compared to like the PCT sections. You see, this is what I'm talking about. These plants are soaking wet, and then I run through them. Oh, it's so much water. You wouldn't think so, but it is. But this is gorgeous, gorgeous canyon. I haven't seen a single person out here today, which I guess is good, but it's scary, maybe. So, gotta be careful. All right, we made it to our turnaround point. This is the Hammers Hideaway aid station. This is like mile 51 of the race. And yeah, we're 7.5 miles in. So now we're gonna go back up to Penny Pines where we started. And this is the actual race course. So a lot more climbing. And so we're gonna have a lot more miles to add on after that than I thought. But we're feeling good. Nice weather, so yeah, let's do this. So the Hammers Hideaway aid station is slightly off of the Noble Canyon Trail, so we're gonna go that way. But the trail goes down in that direction. You do that in the 50K, not in the 100 miler. But here's the climbing begins. We're at 447 feet of gain so far. So let's see how much we get at the top of this. Dude, true story. I saw a biker go over this cliff on a training run. We were walking by and we were walking this way and we passed him. And then I heard something. I look back and the dude just falls over the side of the cliff. And I was like, did I just see this dude die? But he was only like a couple feet down and he was like flipped in. And yeah, he was just like, I'm fine. Got himself out of there. So yeah, that was wild. Be careful mountain biking out here. This section is what I least look forward to on tired legs. 50 plus miles into a race. Just this technical, this is the worst part of the trail, technical wise. But the rocks are just so inconsistent and a lot of stepping up. Like this is the kind of stuff that makes you cramp. But it's part of the course, so good to know what's coming. While I'm climbing here, I was just thinking, it's really funny that a week ago, last Sunday, I was running the Copenhagen Marathon, a road marathon, all over Copenhagen. And now I'm out here in like the mountains of San Diego, running by myself. And yeah, and like, I don't know, it's like, I only did my first marathon a couple of years ago. So the fact that I can do that, and then I ran 10 miles the next day and the day after that, and now a week later I'm out here doing over 20 miles. It's crazy. Sometimes you just gotta appreciate how far you've come and appreciate the progression. All right, 10 miles in, 900, 100.
2 more behind me.
All right, there's 2 hikers up there.
Thanks, got 1 more behind me. Thank you.
Yep.
Last one.
Well, we've seen some mountain bikers and some runners and some hikers now. So we're not alone. This is a well-known mountain biking trail, so I'm not surprised. But we're 10 miles in, 2 hours and 2 minutes, 963 feet of elevation gain. So moving steady. This is the climb. I don't know, the climb, but like the whole thing is a climb. But it's just long, it's not steep. So it's kind of deceiving because it feels like you want to run the whole thing, but you know you shouldn't. So another great portion of the climbing of this canyon. This is gonna be fun. 50 something miles in. But nothing too crazy. It's part of the game. We're back at this gorgeous view. Still going up. There's a decent runnable section in the first couple miles from the aid station. But yeah, we're in the climbing portion. Almost climbed 1,000 feet since we left at it. Turnaround point. Look how nice this view is. 12 and a half miles in. Over 1,900 feet of gain. 2 hours, 42 minutes. A little hack. These are not Skittles. They're salt tablets. The downside is they rattle around. The upside is you don't have to fidget with a little baggie to get your salt pills, so pro move. We are about 2 miles out from the car, so I think it's pretty runnable once you're at the top of the canyon. I think this is my number one tip for running this section of the San Diego 100 mile course. Do not run up Noble Canyon with headphones in, because the mountain bikers fly through here. They don't all have bells. And even on race day, they might still be riding down here. So maybe if you hit the section when the sun's going down, there won't be bikers, but if you come out here to train, have like open ear headphones or something, because the bikers come up quick and there's a lot of blind turns. You gotta stay alert. All right, we're back at the car. 15.3 miles in, 2,456 feet of elevation gain. So we gained 2,000 feet in those last 7.5 miles, which is pretty crazy. I'm gonna try something new today. Don't normally do this, but you can see how my stomach handles a Red Bull as a caffeine source. Also 41 grams of carbohydrates. It tastes like when I was like 14, skateboarding around with my friends. All right, so we're shooting for at least another 10 miles, maybe another 15 miles. Legs are pretty cooked, and I'm the nerd wearing the Noble Canyon shirt to run Noble Canyon. I did not do that on purpose. All right, we're headed back out. So we did mile 51 to like mile 59. Then you do a big loop back to this aid station, and then you're at mile 80. So we're gonna do some miles later in the course, from like mile 80 to 87 or something. So we'll get some time on the Pacific Crest Trail. It's sunny, it's nice, should be nice views, so stoked for this one. Told you. Beautiful, beautiful views. Okay, we're on the section of the PCT going from Penny Pines to Pioneer Mail aid station, and it's beautiful out here. They want you to think that the race is downhill from Penny Pines, but it's not. This section is runnable, but it's definitely kind of rolling hills, but it's decently runnable. This section, the ground is a lot less technical than the section right before getting back to Penny Pines, but yeah, if you're doing this section, you know, in the early morning or late night, I think it'll be really nice. But man, the weather over here is so much better than the weather up in Noble Canyon, so I'm grateful for that. One thing I try to think about is, how do I get my legs to move when my brain is telling me they're tired? And I don't know, just Just gotta turn into a robot. Turn into a machine. Or be like that alien in Men in Black that's just in that guy's head. Moving controls. That's how I think about it. But you gotta disassociate your legs with your brain. Easier said than done. That is the Anza Borrego desert down there. Insane views. How lucky am I? Only 2,600 miles to Canada. I think we can make it. We just hit the next aid station, which is Pioneer Mail, which was 4 miles from the car. 19.2 miles in, 2,800 feet of elevation gain, and we're feeling good. I think that Red Bull did the trick because I was cruising. I dropped like sub 10-minute mile. Those last like 2 miles into that aid station are very runnable, so take advantage of that because now that we left, we're going uphill. Maybe I bit off more than I can chew, but we are 23.3 miles in. We just turned around, gonna head back to the car. The next aid station would be Sunrise Trailhead, but that's like another 4 miles out, so we're not gonna see that today. 3,300 feet of elevation gain, and I turned around when I did because we should be getting back to the car with a 50K under our belt for the day, which is pretty crazy. But this is what happens when I train alone. Set out for a 20 to 25 mile run, and I do a 50K. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to be. I don't really have a choice because I gotta get back to the car. So hopefully I have enough snacks, enough water. I think so. So another eight miles. Is this dumb? Is this smart? I don't know. But I feel good. Hey, even after the big run yesterday. So let's see if I can pull this off. I will never get sick of running out here on the Pacific Crest Trail. One day I gotta hike the whole thing. It'd be epic. On the way here, I was like in a flow state. I was like, this is so runnable. This is awesome. Turns out it's because it's all downhill. So, throwing in some climbing to end this thing. Lucky me. I'm a genius. I'll tell you what. I wish I had another Red Bull right now. "28 miles in, 4,000 feet of elevation gain. Yeah, a few miles left. Officially well over a marathon distance, which is cool. I'm tired. There's a lot of hills going this way. Luckily, we don't have to go this direction during the race. 30 miles in. Last climb, I hope. But feeling good. 4,200 feet of gain. Hell of a Sunday morning. Tell you what, It's only 2 p.m. Crazy. Just hit 50K, 6 hours, 30 minutes, 4,360 feet of elevation, and should be coming up on the car soon. Hell yeah. Alright. Just wrapped up the 50K, 31.34 miles, 6 hours, 28 minutes, 4,360 feet of ascent. Yeah, success. Red Bull worked, nutrition worked, didn't use any gels or drink mix. Feel good. Successful. Thanks for coming along. Stay tuned for next week, and then it's taper time. See you there.